Hey everybody, welcome to the Retrieving Gamer. I am Kurt.
And I'm Anya.
And we're here with our video to look-see-back-see at Spiel 2024, which was last week. Yeah, it's a couple of days ago already. And we're going to tell a little bit about our experience and show some games that we purchased at Spiel. So you can see what we have and what you can tell us what you're interested in, maybe, to show later on the channel.
Definitely.
Yeah. So, let's just dive right in. Spiel 2024, Thursday. Busy, yeah. So, it sold out this year. 3 days of them sold out. It was the first time that they had a cap on it, so maximum numbers.
A day.
So, it was sold out. People were looking for tickets to get in outside of the fair, and it was busy. Yeah,
but fun.
We started standing in line for a certain game.
True.
At the Asmodee side in Hall 6. Hall 6 was one of the two busiest halls, and that took about 2 hours.
That's okay. It happens.
Stuff happens like that. So if you go to Spiel, these things can happen.
And also it was because it was the first day and we didn't know if it was going to be available on the other days, because the other days you can just walk in, buy it, go out. Yeah. Like maybe 5 minutes. So,
so the Thursday rush was something that happened again.
Yeah.
So Friday was kind of the same, very busy.
Yeah.
Very, very busy.
What were the games that we played on Thursday? We're not going to mention them, because they might be in the loot video.
Might be on the... So we are going to mention the games that we demoed, but of course we're not going to mention the games that we bought or...
It's for the second part.
That's for the second part, and I removed my list somehow.
Okay, I have it here, so it's cool.
So did we play anything on Thursday?
Yeah, we did, in the hotel.
In the hotel?
Yeah.
Yeah, so afterwards we played... I'm messing this up. Okay, so Thursday. All right, so Friday was busy again. We did manage to play a couple of, two demos, because it was really hard. Again, those first 3 days is very hard. So Sunday it's okay, but on Friday it's a little bit hard. But on Friday we managed to play a small game called FlipSeven.
Yes.
Which was...
It's a push your luck game, and you're trying to get as much points. You have to say like, give me another card. If you have 2 of the same number, you're busted.
You're busted, and the numbers go from 0 to 12.
Yeah.
And there are 12 12s, 11 11s, and so on. So the higher value numbers, they score you a lot of points.
They're risky.
They're very risky to get a second one of them. Yeah. But it had a cool vibe. It's like fast. You're playing blackjack in a casino. You had to say, hit me to get another card. So that was cool. We didn't buy it in the end, mostly because of the pricing, I think, to be honest.
Yeah.
So if we find this cheaper, we might add it to the collection. But for now, we said no to the game.
But it was a fun experience.
But it was pretty fun, though.
It's a really fun game that you can play with everyone.
Yeah.
And the second one that we played
was one of your lists, of your anticipated list that we demoed.
It was Sears Catalog, so it's is it a trick? Yeah, it's a trick.
They call it a trick-taking, but I felt more like it was kind of like a card-shedding game.
Almost, but not quite, because you don't want to lose all your cards.
With a twist.
Yeah, with a twist. I really liked it. I thought it was interesting. I would like to try it again. Maybe with some more people. We were 3 of us right now, and we did kind of mess up the card count.
Yeah,
we
so
played with too many cards.
they didn't remove. If you play with a little more with fewer players, you have to remove a suit, and there was one suit too much still in the deck, and which gave us way too many cards. And I think that also was not the experience as it should have been, but it had some interesting things going on for it.
Yeah, definitely.
But we didn't take it home yet.
No.
Who knows? We want to. I wouldn't mind playing it again in the future. So definitely. So Saturday.
That was really
Saturday
cool.
was a cool day.
Yeah,
so on Friday we were asked if you were interested in joining a demo game.
A playtesting, actually.
Demo / playtesting game of an advanced prototype of upcoming Stefan Feld game.
Chichen Itza.
That's what she said.
That's the one.
of that game, yeah. Which was a very fun experience. We joined Slicker Drips.
Tom from Slicker Drips.
And Iris from Crimson Board Games.
Yes.
So check out those channels. They're doing
Really,
a very good job.
And they're really nice people.
And they're super
them,
nice. So we managed to play that game, which was
interesting. It was a bit different than a Stefan Feld game that you're normally used to. It's like not a super... Stefan Feld makes Euro games, right?
Yeah.
And this had a little bit of a...
Euro games.
Yeah.
And this had...
A little bit of combat, but you didn't have to do it if you didn't want to. You could...
So the combat was mostly against monsters on the board. But you could... and sometimes shoot. That we
didn't do that.
We noticed that in the end. We also should attack other players. So we were very peaceful in the game, 4 peaceful people. But we should have attacked a
bit more. Tom from Slicker Drips. He just he annihilated us.
Absolutely.
I mean,
so
it was
absolutely.
insane.
But it was fun. So
it really was fun.
We had to give some feedback, and there were some things that were not ready yet, or the math was not right there, the balancing yet. But I really liked the action selection mechanism,
and the fact there were different kind of monsters and different kind of dice with different kind of actions. So there was a lot of variability.
It was a fun combat system. I really liked it,
and it was like a worker placement. And if you were the first one, you got it
for
cheaper.
Every worker spot had 2 prices. It's like in a grid, but if you were first to go to that spot, you got to do the action for the cheapest amount, and if you were later to do the action, you had to pay the full price, and depending on they were random, those prices,
the tiles were
so
random,
depending on that, you might want to change your strategy, because the later in the game, the more soldiers you had on the board, the less income you got, so money got really tight at the end, and that was interesting puzzle. I liked it. I really did. I'm looking forward to see what the end result will be.
Definitely. We played Cube Melt.
Yeah, Cube Melt is small.
Getting dicey.
Yeah, Cube Melt, getting dicey, in which each player is a nice cube.
Yeah.
And
you melt.
You're melting, and you're just rolling dice, and you have. Was it popularity or friendship or kindness? I don't know. There
Adventure were 2 and love.
You have 2 stats, and you rolled 6 dice, I think.
Yeah.
And the result that was, and you had 2 rerolls, and the result that was there the most.
Was for the other
that was for the for your opponents or your neighbors. Yeah. 2 neighbors, and then the other dice were left are for you. Yeah. So you want the melting cubes, because some results let cubes melt,
which is good.
You want to give that to the other players while you gain the stats, and the first one to get one of their stats to 20 was the winner, and if you went from 20 to 0 with the melting, then you were out of the game.
Water.
So, very simple game, super luck based.
I enjoyed it.
It's good to play.
Quick. I think
play
it was
once. Yeah, it was 5 minutes or something like that. And I think the next game was a little bit more popular. Redjack. Yeah, Redjack. We got to play a game with one of the 2 designers.
Yes, indeed, 2 French designers. First game that they made, and first game that they got published. I think it was from H Studio.
Yeah.
They were very, very nice, by the way.
Yeah, they were super
and the
friendly.
price for the game was very good.
It was very well priced. If you compare it to FlipSeven and Sears Catalog,
it was cheaper.
This
and the
was
components
cheaper
were
and better components. So that was interesting to see.
Yeah.
The game itself was this game where you're trying to get cards
25.
to 25 added up, but you play a little bit like love letters. So you have 1 card in your hand, or more cards. Can you have more cards?
2.
No,
yeah.
2 and you draw a card, and then you play a card.
Yeah.
But you can play cards face down sometimes, but because you don't want to bust, because if you bust, you lose.
You're done. Yeah.
In the meantime, it's a lot of math.
It is.
And then every card has a special ability that helps you or messes with you,
or your
gives you these poker chip tokens that change cards, so it might add some value to cards. But it was fun. It was really fun to do.
I had fun.
Yeah.
I think it's like, if you get to know the cards and their abilities, and like the poker token with the changing the game or changing the number of certain things, I do think it will become very interesting. Yeah, so, I really, really like that. And the reason, because I really wanted to buy it. I was like, oh, should I? And the reason why I did it, because one of our friends at the board game club that we go to on Thursday, they bought it. So I was like, okay, I'll get to play a little bit more. Exactly. But yeah, I was really on the fence about that one because I really enjoyed it. And they were so friendly as well. Yeah. So, yeah.
Then we went to a King of Tokyo tournament, which is a very short story.
First round out.
That was there fun. You go. But it's always fun to do. It's like nice that they organize this. You still get some promos if you're out of the first round.
Yeah.
So yeah, it just breaks a little bit the walking around. So you do something else. It's still playing games.
New people because you're on the table with like 3 people you don't know. Although we were at the table with.
Yeah, we both were at the table with someone we knew.
But it was really fun. She won. She went to the next round.
I got killed by the friend of ours, but he didn't pass to the second round either. Okay, then we have 2 games that we played again in the hotel.
We're not going to talk about
so we'll see those later. And on Sunday, which is definitely the more calm day.
Yeah.
So if you want to go there for very casually, I would say try Sunday. You get more chances to play stuff, to see stuff.
But if you're there to buy games,
of course,
lots of things are sold out.
Yeah. So if you want to buy the stuff, go early in the week. If you want to try stuff, go on Sunday.
Yeah,
that was very clear.
Some really nice
and some nice promotions, which you might see later in this video.
Maybe
we did play 3 more
2
demos. Of which we will only mention 2. The first one was Forever Home.
Yeah.
Which is this little fast...
It's a drafting. Because you draft cards, you draft a little...
Yeah, it's a little bit like...
Doggies?
You take either tokens or a card, the scoring card, and you try to make patterns with the dogs.
You're trying to rehome them.
Which, if you make the pattern, you rehome them to one of 4 locations.
Yeah,
you have
the
farm, the countryside, and all that stuff. And and those 4 spaces at the end of the game also scores at the end of the game points.
Yeah.
Depending on majorities and all that stuff. Yeah. It was cute, but it might be a little bit too light. It was a nice puzzle.
I like the puzzle, definitely, and I do think that if people like the pattern building and they like dogs, especially because it was freaking cute.
True.
Then you will definitely like this one. I did think if you like lighter game, family style, with still that interesting puzzle. Yeah, it was very nice. For me, it was just a little bit not enough. It was not enough for me. And then we have one more, and that was on my list.
One on your list, exactly.
Yeah, it's Neo Dreams. It was, I can't remember his name. From the same guy that made Furnace.
Yep, that guy.
Oh no, I can't remember. And we played a game of it with 2 other people that joined us at the table, which is always fun. It is a game where you're buying cards. You're gaining resources to buy more cards. You're actually the theme was kind of cool. You're a CEO of a manufacturer of dreams. You're trying to sell dreams, and you're doing this by buying cards and stuff like that. I liked it. I don't think that the theme came through. No, the
artwork was amazing.
The artwork was beautiful.
I'm not sure about the graphic design, but the artwork was superb. Very cool.
Yeah.
I want to dream some of those things.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Some of them.
No. By the way, designer is Ivan Lashin.
Thank you. I was I can't remember.
But I felt a little bit. You only had 2 resources.
And a wild.
And a wild resource. Yeah. And it felt like the only thing the cards did was give you more resources that made you play more cards and change some things. But it was kind of limited in this type of game.
Yeah, I did thought. Like the how you did the worker placement and the retracting or getting your workers back.
That was very interesting again. But it didn't help to make a full, really very very good game. So it was good, but
I liked it. I really liked it. I enjoyed my play of it, but it wasn't something like, oh man, I have to have this in my collection.
Exactly.
Yeah. But I really liked it.
In this style, there are maybe some better games out there, but it was interesting, especially the action selection stuff. Yeah, that was pretty cool. And that was all the demos we played that we didn't buy before on the fair. So I think, well, do we have something else to tell? Well, again, Stefan Fell was super friendly.
He's like the gentle giant.
You will see something of him later.
Yeah.
I think we do something else. We went to dinner. Everything that we do every year, and it was fun.
Are there games that you were like, I really wanted that, but
I missed. So there will not be Saltfjord will not be in the list.
That was a very hot game.
That was a very, very hot game. We were always too late to get it. We didn't feel like standing in the very long line. It was in Hall 3, which is very busy. Hall 3 is super busy. So that was one that I missed, and I will probably get later. I didn't get Sparks from my list.
True.
Because in the end, it didn't look as interesting as I thought it would look. It might still be very good, but it still didn't grab me when I saw it in real life.
Just like from the look of it, because we didn't play it or anything.
Besides that, I think I bought everything from my anticipated list.
Spoilers!
Spoiler alert.
I think the one that I missed that was like, was Flatiron.
Yeah.
Because the two designers, the same design, Israel. Oh no, the one from the White Castle and the Red Cathedral. Super friendly people. We saw them last year as well. They signed my White Castle box. Super friendly. So they were there, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna buy Flatiron. I'm gonna let them sign it, and they were sold out. So I was like, oh, bummer. But they were like super friendly, and they gave me like a small little promo tile for the White Castle.
Yeah,
so that was really nice. Yeah, and I was kind of interested in the White Castle expansion, something with tea, matcha.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Oh my god, we're really nailing this today.
Still tired, I think.
Yep. My brain's not braining.
My brain's not braining.
But that was sold out as well.
That was sold out as well. Yeah, I've already seen some videos after we came back home from other people's loots and all that stuff, and there are already some games that I thought, maybe I should have looked more into that game and all that stuff. But
so many games.
There's
like
so
12,000 new releases. It's not possible to see.
1,200.
I said 12,000.
Yeah,
that's
12,000 would be
a lot.
No.
Let's not do that, please.
No, let's not do that. So yeah, if you're a board gamer and you like to see what this is all about, try to go once at least to check Spiel out.
And you don't have to go 4 days. You can go one day and
indeed,
see.
One day. And as I said, if you want to go to buy stuff, go on Thursday. If you want to go there to feel the vibe and try to play some games, go on Sunday.
Yeah. At least this year it was like that, right?
Exactly.
And
now for the loot. How will we do this looting? Because I think I bought a couple of more than you did.
Like that? Oh, that was Dutch.
That was
Sorry.
Dutch.
Sorry. Let's do 2 for you, 1 for me, and we'll see where we end.
See where we end.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's do 2 for me.
2, yeah.
Okay, I start with some silly stuff. Very quickly, I saw this in a booth where I also bought something. Spoiler. This is Crokinole cards, which gives solitaire challenges playing Crokinole.
That was cool. I
And
didn't
also,
know that. Okay.
Crokinole Elimination is in there as well, which is some team thing. Free for all, eliminate your opponents thing. I once saw it on YouTube, never found it in Europe, and suddenly there it was for €5. So I bought it together with a score counter for Crokinole, which was also €5. I thought, hey, why not?
It was at
the last day,
Mayday booth. The Sleeve Kings booth.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Very nice people.
Then what do we have as well? Let's go for the small boxes first. All Play had Lure, which is a push your luck dice chucking game. This week, of course, after buying it, I watched a review of it, and it got a good review, so that's
after
good.
Buying it,
luckily, but it is really a dice chucking luck game, trying to catch the most point-giving fish. It plays two to five, 2 to 5 players, and 5 is pretty interesting for me. So that's why I took those. Those are two very small ones. Do I do a third one?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll do an expansion, which is was on my honorable mention list because it's an expansion. This is the new small expansion roll camera called Thriller Story Pack. And is there a description? No. So you're doing thriller movies, and it always adds a little twist to the game as well. So I had to have it. So collection complete. There.
My turn?
Your turn. Yeah.
You know what? I'll start small as well.
Good.
An expansion.
Oh, the one you were not actually planning to buy.
Yeah, I was
already.
I was there. I waited in line for 2 hours for another game.
Exactly.
And I was like, you know what? I'm going to buy something now.
Yeah. We kind of pushed you because it had a promo card.
It did have a promo card.
Did you bring it?
I think I brought it. I think I put it in here. Look, it has a little cat from...
It has Meeps, the cat
Meeps.
from Spiel.
I don't know if you're going to be able to see it.
If your screen is bigger than our camera screen, you will be able
there
to
you
see.
go. It looked cute. It isn't... This one, the card is in German though. But this
Yeah.
one is in English.
Yeah.
So it's just an expansion for Shuffle.
Shuffle,
That's
the
a
new game. It's
Made a new
about
game.
shuffling forests.
What the hell is shuffling?
I don't know. It's a new thing. Let us know in the comments below what shuffling should be.
So it's for Shuffle. Okay. I really like Forest Shuffle. I haven't played a bunch of it, so did I need the expansion?
Nope.
No. Did I buy it? Yes. Next.
Next. Okay, very quickly, I bought 3. So I'm planning something with Pokemon cards in the future on Instagram. So I need some booster packs for that. I was hoping that there would be more, but most of them were German.
Yeah.
So this was one of the only ones that I didn't have yet. This is the new set, Stellar Crown. So to be continued what this will do in the future. Very quick. I bought the passport promo. No, it's not a promo expansion. It's an expansion, small expansion with variable player goals to score points at the end of the game. For of course, Let's Go to Japan, which has become one of my favorite games.
It's a really
already.
good one. Yeah,
I really like it. I bought the latest clan faction for Nurashima Hex called Desert Tribes. I have a lot of factions still in the seal. I should really start playing Nurashima Hex again.
I have not yet played it.
Let's do one small, very quickly.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Ultimatch. This guy who explained it,
it was on Sunday.
It was on Sunday morning.
It was very energetic.
I think he had a lot of coffee already.
It was.
So I've played this already. I'm not going to go too deep into it, what I think about it, but this is a game where you're trying to get rid of this pyramid of numbers and colors. And you have to play the same number or color to get rid of a card. But you can also combine 2 primary colors to make a secondary color, and that way get rid of a card. And if you make the ultimate match, the right color, right number, then you get to draw more cards because it's the only way to draw more cards. And if you're out of cards, you're starting to get through the deck, and you lose. I played this.
You lose. Okay.
I played this once, and we lost.
Oh, that's good.
There you go.
Not easy. Oh, it's my turn. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
You might have seen a playthrough not that long ago of Imperial Miners, where I used both new factions that come in this small expansion, the Aztecs and the Weirdlings, which adds some interesting twists. The Aztecs, they kind of look at what you have in your hand, not on the board. And the Weirdlings, they have a day and night ability. So depending on if it's day or night, you get to do that thing. And then after you do the ability, you flip there's a nice poker chip. You flip it to the other face, day or night. And then, so it's a big planning thing. But check out the video where I talk about that one.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, my turn?
Yeah.
I'll do something that I bought like secondhand with the no shipping auction on BGG.
Yeah.
This is... Yeah, it's a German cover, but it's...
Das Orakel.
Das Orakel von Delphi. The Oracle of Delphi, which is an older Stefan Fell game that I'm really excited to try. Why? Because one of my favorite board game channels, YouTube channels about board games, Foster the Meeple, they really like this game, and I was like, I want to try it. So I bought this secondhand.
I used to own this game. I sold it because it's not the best, I think, with 2 players. It's a little bit too open with 2 players, but I did like it. It's dice action selection, which I also really like, and it had some cool ideas. So I don't mind playing it again in the future. Maybe it's better with more than 2. And it's Stefan Feld.
I'm not gonna bring the entire game because I just brought the book.
Smart. One of my anticipated lists. I bought it on Sunday because after we played the demo. The demo table was always full. Couldn't still figure out what the game was all about when seeing people play it. Finally got a demo on Sunday, and this is really fun. I played it yesterday in the club as well. In the club. This is a game where each player starts with with 4 action cards, and the action cards have a word. So, for example,
Awum,
Sakti, Awum, Banu, Kuri, and they already take one card that changes one of the words, but only the player knows it, and the other players don't.
Sakti
and in your turn,
50,
you give an instruction to another player using these words. Like example, if I want you to build, and I would say Banu, but maybe the other player already has another card for that word, for that action. So he says, I don't understand what you're talking about. And during the game, you're trying to build the Tower of Babel. I hate that this is upside down.
It is. I saw it as well.
The Tower of Babel, giving these instructions, but you keep on drawing new word cards. There are 6, so you can try to deduce or can guess a little bit, but man.
And there's an action also that you can show your cards to other people. So
exactly, you can
get a bit more information, but you have to know the word for the action.
Yeah, exactly. I've played twice now. Lost both of them. It's so that's also the reason that in the end I bought it, because it felt like, oh, this is still a challenge. This is not something you play once, win, and then put away. No, I still hope to win this one day. So
I think you have like 3 tiers. They get smaller though because it's a pyramid kind of, and I think you got to the 2nd tier in both games, so not there.
The best one is 6 out of 10 pieces built, so but we were very far away from winning. So apparently this one has over 350,000 copies sold, because that's what this little paper says. It's called Ito. This was from Arcane Wonders, an English version. This is a party game. Plays up to 10 players. I think this is a mix between Fun Facts and Wavelength. So each player gets a numbered card from 1 to 100. And without turn order, you get a theme. For example, we had pretend that you're a school kid, and what school kids think that is cool.
Okay.
So things that are cool according to school kids.
Okay.
And you get a number between 1 and 100, and you have to give a clue of where in this line of 1 to 100 your card would fit. So I had a 4, for example, yesterday, and I said parents, because no middle school kid thinks parents are cool. They're just embarrassing. So
rude, but okay.
So, but they understood. The other players understood, so they knew it was very low. And then you try to discuss where cards have to go, and it was fun. I was doubting a little bit at first when we started the game. Everybody was, what should I say? Should I say something first? A little bit doubting, but as soon as we got into it, it was really fun. Ito, not too shabby. One of my pre-orders,
beautiful,
that I picked up, Panda Spin from Carl Schuddick, of Glory to Rome fame. This is a very good-looking trick-taking game where if you lose a trick, you get to flip the cards you used, and they become more powerful. So it has some planning to do and all that stuff. You get some special actions as well. I haven't played it yet, but it looks interesting.
It's like this gold foil
and very
on the
beautiful
cards.
Gold foil on cards and all that stuff. I saw that this also was sold out. So
there you go.
That's a nice job done.
One more.
One
Go
more.
ahead.
Oh, one of my list. Our list. This
Yeah.
was both our number 3
No,
or
5.
4 or 5.
I
Anyway,
don't know.
top
A
10.
number.
So picked it up on Sunday because the line was. We had also standing line to pick up pre-orders there.
Yeah.
And so on Saturday we picked it up on Saturday morning.
We did it when we played Chichen Itza.
Yeah, on Saturday morning. There was no line because it was sold out.
Yeah.
But I still could pick up my pre-order copy. This is a kind of a not really drafting. You just buy cards from 2 lines of cards that you can buy cards from, and you place the card in a 3x3 grid. Activate the card, and at the end it will score for certain things depending on where it is or what you have on next to it or whatever. So
or what you don't have.
Or don't have.
Yeah.
Super quick game. Very fun.
We played it at the hotel after.
Exactly.
Afterwards. I really liked it.
I played it here as well already. Very fun. I think it will be the best with 2 players. I think this is a very good one.
You can plan a bit more then because
not everything disappears and all that stuff. So 2 to 5 players, but so this is a winner.
My turn.
Sure.
Okay. Cool. It's an oldie but a goodie. Also secondhand. It's Century. It's a Golem edition.
Yeah, you wanted that one for a while, but it's hard to find. Not a lot of people sell these copies. You find a lot of Century Spice Road copies, but this one was hard to sell. So I saw it on the auction, so I sent a message to Anya, and she won the auction.
Yes.
And
the words, Anya? The cards were sleeved. So I was like, psh.
Oh, I didn't
Double
know
win.
that even. Okay.
Double win.
Double win. A sleeved copy of Century Golem Edition, which is kind of a resource conversion and then score points by delivering, fulfilling orders kind of game.
I like the fact it's a 2 to 5 player because sometimes I do have a 5.
The 5 is super hard, so if you can find some games for 5, it's very, very interesting.
And not too difficult. Light.
No, it's a...
really... I like
family style game. Superb. Also a winner. Very much. This is Seaside, which is a game with wooden tokens with some beach stuff on it. Crabs, centipedes or something like that. No, these little critters. Shells and birds that eat the critters, and rocks that house the crabs and all that stuff.
We have waves, we have beaches.
You place these tokens on the table. Sometimes if you get one of these creatures, you get a new turn, you draw a new token, and you're just trying to collect. There are some more rules, but you try to collect the most tokens. At the end of the game, you pile up your tokens, put it in the middle of the table, and see who has the highest tower. Super accessible, very easy to set up. This is your game. This is a waterproof bag. If you're playing with 2 or 3 players, you have to take some of these tokens out, but in the end, it is super quick and very fun.
And affordable. If you see at the components, the price was very okay.
Exactly.
Like it was really good. Yeah.
Super, super, super happy with that purchase. Very quick.
No.
The 3rd book of Ignacy Cevicek, Board Games That Tell Stories. More stories about his life in board gaming. An expansion that I also already mentioned in the anticipated list for Sky Team, which adds 20 new scenarios with new rules and new modules, including, of course, I guess, Turbulence.
I honestly really like that game.
Me too.
Yeah.
Very. Oh, and this is one that I'm looking forward so much to play. This is AI 100% Human, which was my number 2 or 3 on the list. I think number 2. I had this pre-ordered together with the play and asymmetrical playmats as well. But I will not play this. This is a kind of similar to Castle Combo, but this is more with drafting. So not just buying the cards, you have to draft cards. If you draft a card, you put it into your reserve, and then you choose one of your reserved cards to play. So you have some options to do. And again, you play a card, you score the card, or activate the card, and at the end you score everything. I think you score immediately. It is
when you place it,
when you place it. But looks, I'm really, really looking forward to this one. Absolutely. Picked up my copy of the new War of the Ring card game expansion, Fire and Swords, which adds new factions and new locations and a skirmish mode and expansion up to 6 players, which I will probably never play that way.
Don't do that.
I'm a completionist sometimes. This is why I bought it. I even got 2 of these tin boxes. Now I have 4 of these. I don't know what.
Last year you picked up 2.
Yeah, what I will do with these. But hey,
we have them.
One more very quickly, because this is a new version of Diamond, which is an older game. Used to be called
True.
Ink and Gold, that's the name. So if you have to look on it on Board Game Geek, it's called Ink and Gold there. That's easier to find that way. You're just trying to get in this dungeony thing, push your luck, gems, push your luck,
get out while you still can.
Be aware for traps and win or lose the game, as is with most games here.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. That's this was a small game pile. Most of it.
True.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just gonna take the next one, whatever. Caldera Park.
Deal.
Yeah.
Nice deal there.
Yeah. I think it was a shop. I think they're called Happy Games. It was kind of cool because they started like with, what was it, like a couple of
$150 or $180 and
copies of The Mind, and that's
some copies of the game The Mind.
I bought this one. It was not expensive. It was €14, and it was on my want to try list for quite some time. I've heard very good things about it. Rado, one of my YouTuber that you probably know, said like, I can't believe this wasn't nominated for the Spiel des Jahres when it came out. So looking forward to trying it.
Is styling from Kramer and Kiesling, who are quite well known in the board game business.
You know, it's funny. The other, like, super cheap is also Kiesling.
Oh, look at that. Spoiler.
I don't know what's happening.
Yeah. But I'm looking forward to try this one because it's styling. It's super fun. It's in a nice theme. €14. What a deal. What a deal.
What a deal, yeah.
All right, disclosure with my next one. This copy was given to me from Portal Games. This is AI Space Puzzle, which I already played before I went to Spiel. This is a game where one player plays the AI of a spaceship that is damaged, and you're trying to give clues using these tokens with some symbols on it to let the other players place all the astronauts and keys and all that stuff in the right room, in the right combinations. This is super funny. This is very fun. This is super cool.
Yeah.
If you play this with the same people more, then you're starting to create your own language. Yeah. Super cool. I must be honest, if you open this box, there's a lot of air in this box. The original box is way smaller. They improved some of the components though.
They did.
They added more scenarios than in the original one. But this is a fun one. This is a really good one.
I really like that one.
Yeah, that's a winner as well. Also the auction. I thought I got a used copy of Marvel United expansion Rise of the Black Panther, but as you can see, this is a new one. So add that to the collection of Marvel United.
Oh no, it's a turbulence. It's a turbulence.
I've got a reverse pyramid here. I bought some dice trays, which were in promotion at a booth, Funforge.
Yeah.
Oh, and this one sold out as well. This might be what they call the hidden gem. I hope. I heard very good things about this. It's a soccer game. This would have made my top 10 list. Anticipate if I knew about it when we filmed that list. This is a 2-player game where you're playing cards on a football field, and you're trying to get synergies. So try to fill 2 or 3 types of symbols, which helps you, and you want to score goals. So when you shoot at the goal, when playing a card, you can decide to shoot if you have the right symbol. Then you have these cards on the side of the board, and you have to flip them, or some are random, some you can choose from your hand, and you try to make 11. So count up to 11. Then you score automatically. Otherwise, you will have to compare your result with the other player's goalkeeping card. But this might be a hidden gem. I'm really curious. This also might be a biggest booger ever, but then some people on the YouTube have been bribed or something. But very excited about that one.
Okay.
Yeah. One more. How much do you have?
No, go ahead. One more for you.
I get 10 left.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So one that I let someone mule from the
That's a really cool one.
Canada from Canada.
Canada, eh?
Yeah, couldn't find it here. It was well, first it was very expensive to ship, but they didn't ship to Belgium, so I couldn't get a hold on one of these cups. This is a party game, although it's only for 1 to 4 players.
Small party.
So curious to see how it plays for 1 player. Actually, this comes with a 3D flexible UFO.
Yep.
Which holds the next thing, which is the ducks. 80 plastic ducks.
What's the name of the game?
The name is Abduction.
Wordplay.
Including the expansion as well, because it has the, what's it called? Intergalactic expansion. And this is a game where you're trying to abduct ducks by playing cards, which changes the pattern of ducks on the main board, and you want a certain pattern, then you can play your scoring card and abduct the ducks.
Okay.
Ducks.
A lot of ducks.
Yeah, it sounds super fun.
It looked cool
I've
as well.
heard good things about it, so I'm really looking forward to see that on the table.
Let me see. What am I going to take next? Fishing
Small
or
one.
Fission
Fission.
from Friedman Fries. It's you can tell because it's green.
It's green. Then most likely this was green as well, but this was not
Other
Friedman
green. So other green. This is a trick building game. I don't know a lot about it. I walked past the booth and was like, "Oh, I heard about that game. I'm gonna buy it."
Yep.
You are going to score points for cards, but you must play cards. You know what I mean? You do.
You play cards which might otherwise score or what.
Yeah. So you catch cards and then they go from your net or whatever or your fisher to your boat, and those are the cards that you're gonna play next turn. So you're kind of building your hand.
Kind of building your trick taking hand.
Yeah, or your
interesting.
deck. Interesting. How it's called. And yeah, it looks cool. I opened it. I read the rules. Can't remember anything. Apparently,
I'm curious about
I read
this
it,
one.
I think I read it on Sunday, which was bad.
Yeah.
Because I was very tired, so I kind of forgot a lot about it already.
This one intrigues me though, so I'm very.
It looks cool.
Very interesting to see
card quality is nice.
How it plays out. Friedman Fries, which also has not only green, but all his game starts with an F. Yeah. At least in German.
Yeah. It's like Power Grid. No.
Power Grid, but it's Funkenschlag. But he did 501 or 504, the game with a book that made 500 plus board games. So they were all playable. They were not all good, but it was very interesting. So he has also a crazy designer mind. So hey, the game that we stood in line for 2 hours.
And 1 hour I was alone.
Which we could even have bought on Sunday morning because there were still copies.
Yeah.
Dang it. Is Lord of the Rings Duel of For Middle-earth. Yeah. This is the successor of Seven Wonders Duel. Mm-hmm. It uses a lot of the same ideas, but adds some twist to it. It has a map in the middle where you have this kind of area control thing going on. It's
a bit more complex.
Yeah, you have this track where one player is playing the Dark Lord and is trying to catch the ring bearers. You do that by taking certain cards. You go up on the track and you want to keep your distance as the 2 hobbits.
Yeah, it's an alternate. It's
an alternative win because if the hobbits get to the ring to the Mount Doom, they win. If the Nazgul catches the hobbits, the bad guy wins.
It's instead of the military track for 7.
And then the way you won was by getting all the different kind of friendship tokens. I think they were ally tokens. Mm-hmm. I think so. Lots of the same things, but still different.
I like it.
And pretty brain burny, I must say.
There's a lot to take into consideration.
Especially the board, trying to figure out where to place your units and all that stuff. Ooh, that was this is an interesting one. But people are going to like that one for sure. One of the most hyped games, although
there were copies still
on Sunday. Is Spectacular, which was my number 1 and your number 2 on the most anticipated list. This is a
Mm-hmm.
kind of a dice and token drafting game.
And you have a private pool.
Where you're with a private pool and a pool that you will be sliding to the next player.
Mm-hmm.
Where you're trying to build this sanctuary or park to endangered species. I was in my previous video, I said I was afraid for analysis paralysis in this one because the box says 35 minutes, 20 to 30 minutes. I played this once now with my wife, and wow, this gameplay is quick. This is over super fast because you only draft 15 turns and it goes super quick. I was like, oh, we're already halfway. Dang. Super. It's fun. I'm really curious to see how it plays with more players, but it was definitely worth it with 2 already. I think 2 because it plays up to 6.
Yeah.
And it might be too much because you will not see much coming back.
But you can see what the other ones have on their
board,
so you know it's gonna come towards you.
But,
so I don't know.
Yeah, but I think maybe 3 or 4 players might be the sweet spot with this one.
Small confession: I did not buy it at Essen. I did buy it at a board game cafe that I went to yesterday. Yeah, the playground in Antwerp.
So we both have a copy.
So I bought. I was like, no, why?
So,
but I wanted it. So there we go.
Maybe you could combine 2 to play with 12 players.
That's insane. Let's not do that.
Okay, this is a special one. So, it was number 10 on my most anticipated list.
Yeah.
I said I would doubt for 4 days.
You didn't.
The day after we filmed, I pre-ordered it because I didn't want to doubt for 4 days. It was sold out on Saturday though.
Oh.
But this is called...
Oh my god.
And this is the heaviest box that I
boy.
bought. This is Civolution by the good Stefan Feld, who was so friendly to sign this copy.
Yeah.
This is a heavy Civolution building game with a lot of things going on. Feldian style, a lot of points to be made, complex. We'll see. I've seen some videos, and there are not that many videos yet, but I've seen those that are there, and it looks super cool. I'm still stoked to try it.
There?
I'm going to put it there. Abduction is strong.
Okay. Next. I don't know. Okay.
Oh.
Fugitive.
An older one, but the newest version of it.
It's a 2nd edition. It's by Team Flowers. We actually met him, but I didn't know
We didn't
it was
know
him.
in the first instance.
That's how it goes. The cool thing about it is a 2-player game, 1v1. The one person is a fugitive trying to escape, and the other one is the marshal.
Yeah.
That is on his trail and he's trying to catch him. So it's kind of a deduction game. I played it a couple of times with a friend of ours of the club, Dries. It's slinky and I like it. And this is like the new version. It's extremely small, which I think is really good.
Yeah, smaller box.
Small box and waterproof cards.
Because you never know what happens when you play some games.
And just real quickly, event card pack. It's a small little expansion for it that I bought as well. It's a really good price that I actually got it from because I paid 20 euros for it. And like in the shops that I know of in Belgium, like 30, 40 euros. Wow. So I was like, man, okay, I'll buy it.
Wow.
And I liked it. I knew I liked it. So
I got the older version. I think I started way back then. Expansion that I mentioned in the video, Flamme Rouge Grand Tour expansion, which gives you the options to do a 3 to 21 stage Grand Tour.
There you go.
I have no idea how it works exactly. I hope they also update the app for with this expansion. But Flamme Rouge, there's an app that helps you track your progress and all that stuff. Makes random tracks and all that stuff. So pretty cool. My last impulse buy of the fair, because we're just placing it in that store of Matago, because these were I think 3 or 4 copies that for pre-orders that weren't picked up. This was a hype game as well. It's called Kyoto no Neko, where you play kittens. You play kittens. You try to make friends with butterflies.
How cute.
Climb cherry trees. And fight other kittens sometimes as well.
That was funny. You make friends with butterflies.
And not being run over by bicycles while crossing the road. It is very light. It is a very
okay.
light game. It's a super gateway game,
Okay.
very much, but it looks awesomely fun, and it's fun. It's fun to play, and there is some more into it. I really just played the base version, but this like this kind of campaignish thing. I'm not sure, or so there's more to discover as well. But
Interesting.
we'll see. But it's super simple. Very very basic. Plays super quickly.
I have to say, there was this one guy at the Matego booth. He did the pre-orders on Thursday, I think, and then the last day he was in the booth itself.
Yep.
He was extremely friendly because I was like, "Oh, do you guys have Saltfjord?" He was like, "No, I don't think we do." But he actually was looking everywhere.
He took the effort to see if there wasn't a copy anywhere. And,
He was very,
it was super
friendly guy.
True, exactly. How much do you have?
I still have I'll go.
Yeah,
because
okay.
I have
I got
a couple.
1, 2, 4.
I'm gonna do this last because I want to do this last. This is Watson and Holmes. Now, this is an older version of the game. It looks completely different now. It's like a darker box. This is a deduction game. I think you can play it with 2 to 7. I don't think so because I just read it. Yeah. It's 2 to 7 players. I've been wanting this for quite some time, but it's not super expensive. But just like, should I? And I bought this one secondhand, baby, for €5. And I can't wait to try this one.
Yeah, I played this once. I think the first or second year I went to Greece and in a board game cafe. It's fun. It's cool. Whodunit or deduction kind of game.
And I really like deduction games.
And we played it with with 6 players, and it works.
That's good because I have this gaming group of some colleagues of mine, and sometimes we're like a bigger group, so 2 to 7.
Nice.
And €5, like,
elementary,
seriously?
dear sister.
There you go.
Okay, one of my pre-orders was a game that Eric Martin from Board Game Geek said was his surprise of Gen Con, so I had to try and buy, at least buy it.
I had to try and buy it,
which is Tower Up, which is a kind of also, I think, quite a family game, maybe even gateway-ish. This has some feels of Ticket to Ride, apparently.
Okay.
You're either drawing cards with materials or you're building these buildings here, and you can build up and score points that way. I don't know exactly how it works, but I'm not the biggest fan of Ticket to Ride, but I still like the weight of a Ticket to Ride, and if I can get games that are like that, I want to try them. I'm curious to see what in there because the lid is not completely closed.
Like, what's
I'm eager to find out, but
what's going on
I'm
there?
hoping to find out soon if Eric Martin was right.
And also, the pre-order was €5 more expensive than the price at the fair.
Yeah.
And we was like, that's a bit weird. And he was like, no worries. Here you go,
so
€5
I got my
back.
€5 back
So
that I paid too much. So that was very
no
nice.
No problem. Just like, you're right. There you go.
Yeah. How much do you still have?
I still have 1, 2, 3. So I'll go next.
I got 3 as well. So.
Yeah. Okay. This one. There we go. Oh no, it's not going very well. Sans souci. This is the second Michael Kiesling, by the way.
Yep.
Boop, 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 boop. Guess what? This was new. I bought it at the Mayday Sleeve Kings booth the last day. €10.
€10. Yeah, this is an awesome price for an awesome game. This is a really fun game, folks. I really like it. I also have the older version in my collection. I really like it. I do. I really do.
He really does.
It's a good game.
So I was like, €10. I can't pass this one by.
Absolutely.
It's you're filling your garden with like fountains and stuff like that.
And these garden flowery things and all that stuff, and statues, while you're trying to make a route for your nobles to get through the garden and score points.
It's really cool. It's a kind of a drafting game as well because you have like cards that matches symbols on
and colors,
a board that you can take little tiles, garden tiles off of it. It looks really cool. The insert was really nice. I like a good insert, by the way.
Which the older version does not have. Yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
But for €10, I was like, I'm taking this one home.
Awesome price. All right, next one is another one that was donated by or gifted by Portal Games. This is Torgal, the cooperative game with the IP Torgal, which are quite popular comic books, especially in Poland, Belgium, and France. This is about this Viking dude, but there is a more to it than just being a Viking. You will, I'm not going to spoil that, but I was like, oh, when I was reading the comics. Very interesting action selection stuff going on here with a row of cards. So depending on where they are in the row, you get to activate things. So it's really a puzzly co-op game. They also gave me the promo box that was on Kickstarter, I guess.
Nice.
So it adds some more stuff to it. Some miniatures, some cards, some enemy tokens, some frosted dice. Ooh. Great dice. And I also got the character set expansion, which adds some more characters from the comics as well. So super cool. Eager to find out. So when they announced this game, I went and borrowed, and now I have them as well because I was gifted them
nice.
Comics. And really cool comics as well. So looking forward to this one. I might do an unboxing video of this one.
Yeah, sounds like a great. Yeah, it looks like there's a lot in there. So good idea. My next one. I'm gonna get a second-hand one. Oh my god. Yeah. Okay. This is the Magnificent. It's a dice drafting game that my cell phone is like making noises the entire time. A dice drafting game that was on my, oh man, I'm kind of interested in this. I want to play it, but I think, yeah, I'm always a bit like, oh, it's like 40 euros. Should I? I don't really know. So, boom, secondhand, baby.
Yeah, a used copy.
15 euros.
Yeah,
can't wait to try this one.
Dice action selection game with dice placement, which is super fun.
It's a bit of a dark.
It's a darker board
and stuff like that, and like with neon colors.
That's the one thing that really helped me back to also getting it or playing it until now. But I'm still eager to find out how it plays.
It's a heavier game than I thought as well.
Yeah.
But I am very excited to get this one to the table. And I was like, oh, I can't let this one pass on the auction.
Good choice.
From BGG, Board Game Geek.
All right. My next one is also one of my most anticipated lists. It's a video game champion where you're playing kids in the 90s, borrowing money from your parents to rent games when that still was a thing, and then also trying to play through the games and probably be the first one to finish the game and all that stuff. Go to your grandma for money and all that stuff. Apparently very thematic. It is a table hawk. I've seen on YouTube as well. There's a lot of things that you have to place on the table which are always there. But this sounds super thematic, super fun, and really looking forward to this one.
It looks really cool.
Super reviews.
Yeah.
So
I really like the theme of it.
Yeah,
it's
me
like
too.
nostalgic.
Awesome. I'm slowly disappearing behind my pile.
Yeah, you are.
Now, so.
I'm like, what's happening? The next thing that I was like, oh, it's in my bag, so I'm gonna talk about it if it's okay.
Oh yeah.
It's not a game, by the way. Obviously, because it's a Bantam Planet. It's said in it, but it's a game Bantam West that you backed.
That I have
somewhere.
Here.
Oh, there you go. Oh, okay.
Right over here.
I just wanted to quickly mention this because we went to their booth. The designer was there and one of his best friends. They were extremely friendly people.
Super nice, yeah.
Yeah, and they gave like this little baggie and like with, I just want to show it.
With a golden cat promo card.
It's a golden cat
It's
promo
a golden foiled cat promo card and some stickers as well.
And they were super nice. Their booth was freaking beautiful.
I think the best booth of the fair.
Yeah, and it's like it's really a family thing there as well, like family and friends, and just like the whole vibe was really, really cool. And I just wanted to mention it very quickly that we went there as well, and we got to meet them and have a little conversation about them, with them. About the game.
My last one.
Yeah.
Folks, my last one is a game that I played yesterday for the first time. Yeah. It's Golden Cup, was also on my most anticipated list. This is It reminds us of Challengers, the game that was released 2 years ago. In this game, you're buying champions, upgrading your tactics and your stadium and all that stuff, just to play matches, tournament style, which is with tokens that you draw, that you pull from a bag for every arena that you're playing. You have strike cards that try you to score, and then it's a bit of dice rolling. You have defensive tokens that, of course, try to stop or make the attack less powerful, and that way you try to score points, giving you more stuff to buy. And you play. You play 6 matches, and then there is a final between the top 2 players. I liked it. I liked it quite a bit. There was a lot of engagement in this game. The people were very engaged, very laughing. You try to imagine the game itself while you just play tokens with symbols on them. But still, the game tells the story. This is a very slow game. This is very, very aggressive attacking and all that stuff. So I really liked it. But there is a big random element to it as well.
Okay, yeah.
So
you kind of have to be lucky with the cards that you draw as well. Yeah.
Take this game not too serious.
Yeah.
It is kind of partyish game, but really cool. Yeah. I really liked this one. Yes,
it was funny.
I really liked it. Yeah.
I also still have one in the
bag.
One
more.
And that was my number 1 on my most anticipated list.
Save the best for last.
Yeah. Chronologic, Paris 1920. Chronologic. I can't wait to play this game. I really can't. It's a deduction game. Who done it, where, at what time kind of game. But it's from the makers of Turing Machine, which I really, really enjoy playing, mostly solo though. We met the designers. They signed the copy. They were very, very friendly. Like, they were actually very, very friendly. So I can't wait to play this one. I'm really happy that I bought this one.
I saw a review of Man vs. Meeple about this one. There are 3 scenarios in there.
Yeah, with 5.
With each 5 solutions. But the tougher ones, they're like bananas. So this is really for people who like deduction.
Yeah.
Because if you're not good at deduction, you will not win this game. You will not stand a chance to people who do. But apparently it's a really good game.
And there's this is the one of the with like the 5 solutions in it. And I also had like a little promo.
Oh, look at that.
That you can get another scenario.
Nice.
In there. So
really cool. And there are already 2 new ones announced.
Yeah. Cusco.
Which will be even more complex to solve, because this was up to level 5 and then the one will go to level 7,
something like that.
So crazy stuff. But they are really enthusiastic about this game.
It was funny to see. They were like, it's gonna be even harder.
But
it will burn your brain.
So
very nice people.
Very cool. That was really cool.
That was my number 1, and to be quite honest, from all the games that I bought, it is still my number 1. Can't wait to get this one to the table.
Nice. Wow, that was a lot of us.
Yeah, a bit of.
But I hope... let us know in the comments. Are there any games that you are mostly interested in? Maybe we can try to figure out a way to cover it on the channel. So that you will find out more, find out what we thought about it or how it plays. Let us know in the comments below. Did you go to Spiel?
What
did you get? And did you already play some games or play demos there? And what did you like? What was good? What was bad? You can also let us know that. But maybe there are some more hidden gems out there that we just overlooked. We probably did. A lot. It's just too much. But let us know in the comments below. Besides that, I hope you liked this video. We'll try to make more content very soon. The camera will shut down very soon. So I'm going to say bye-bye. Thanks for watching. Feel free to subscribe, comment, like, and see you all next time.
See ya.
Bye.